Okay, my name is Kenneth Ngudiseni Manyamula. I'm a social crime coordinator at Littleton SAPS. I hold the rank of a sergeant. Oh, I've been promoted recently. Thank God. So, yeah, that's me. Besides my day-to-day job, I'm a percussionist. I'm a member of African Roots. I'm a founder of African Roots Cooperative, and I'm a co-founder of Tsako Pitori Documentary. So, in a nutshell, that's me, aka Nyex, aka Chop. Okay, the name Chopper. First, I remember my colleague Sergeant Komu is the one that gave me the name Chopper. You know, we were playing soccer together, Littleton SAPS soccer team. That's where that guy gave me the name Chopper. You know, from there, the boys from the street, because I'm a very active police officer. You know, I'm very dedicated. You know, this name started spreading from Centurion Taxi Rank because I hate drugs. Like, I don't wanna lie, I dislike drugs. I don't like drugs. So the boys that are using drugs in Centurion, the Taxi Rank, they're the ones that spreaded the name, because all the time, you know, I would search them, I would arrest them, you know, I would engage with them to a point that they started knowing me on a personal level. They started engaging with me. It was easy for them to spread the name because of the impact that I've been doing from Centurion Taxi Rank, moving into the local squatter camp, which is known as Marikana. So it moved from there to Marikana. Then it was known everywhere. Then I'm known as Chopper. It's no longer a soccer name, but it's my policing name. You know, when you call me, they know I'll land. Chopper. Because I'm a man of my words. You know, when I say I'm going to arrest you, I'll make sure that I arrest you. You know, because I've been given the power to uphold, you know, the laws of this country. You know, I signed an oath. I hate crime. That's the reason. That's one of the biggest things that made me to be where I am now as a police sergeant in the South African Police Service. My fight against drugs, you know, the way it affected me. I used to go to Taxi Rank and sit with those guys after they had their smoke. When they are high, those guys, I would sit down with them and I start asking them questions. You know, why are you guys deciding to do what you are doing? You know, a drunk person never tells lies. So I would say a high person never tells lies. You know, they would tell you the hard stories. You know, they'll tell you where they come from. Others left home years back. You know, others, even parents, don't even know if they're still alive or not. It's hard for those guys. You know, we as the public, we as the community, those guys to are anything. You know, you know, drug substance abusers for they're nothing. You can imagine to the police officers. As a police officer, when you look at someone who's a drug addict, to you he's a suspect. You know, he can commit any crime. So if somebody can come to the police station and say, I'm robbed, the first person that you'd think of is someone that is using drugs. You'd go to taxi rank, start asking questions around them. Your first investigation would start there, you know. But I wanted to do something different into the organization. You know, I wanted to give these guys a chance. You know, as a Christian as I am, I believe that when you are alive, you still have a purpose in life. You know, it means God still has a purpose with your life. So that thing always man heke that voice. Yeah, or these guys need a chance. So we established a program where Brigadier Mukobori at the time, she was my station commander, and at the time I was working with the roving team. I was not at the social crime office. I remember Constable Magawin, she's the one that was working there. You know, I went to her office. Let's start this program where we engage these guys. We talk to them as police officers. We ask those that need help. Then those that volunteers, let's see where we can take them. Okay. To cut the long story short, we went to Centurion Taxi Rank. First campaign, community safety was part of it. CPF Sector 1. I remember the chairperson of Sector 1, Mr. Yuhu. He supported the initiative. I remember even Mr. Chigo, he was owning Peri Peri shop at the time. He's the one that gave us food for those drug addicts. We went there, you know, we went with peace. We went as peace officers to those drug addicts. We sat down with them, we had lunch with them, we prayed with them, you know. So after that engagement, I realized, no man, there's more that we can do. I went to Outsurance. I asked Outsurance, can you become part of this program? You know, I was just doing things without even writing them down. I was going with the flow. Years later, Brigadier Mkobori moved from our station. She went to Temba Police Station. Then I started focusing more on my job that I was doing at the moment, which is a tax team. Wait, you won't believe it, my brother. While I was sleeping, a vision came. I saw myself under a tree with those same boys again. I realized God is sending me back to those guys because now I had forgotten about them. 2 days later, I received a call from my little brother. Don't forget, you used to help these guys who are addicts. What are you doing with that program? I'm like, I saw a vision. Now my little brother is coming again, telling me about the very same thing. It shows that I must go back and continue with what I've started. Okay, responsible fatherhood. That's where it came in now. You know, luckily, years later, I was moved from roving team to social crime. Now, I can do projects. I was very happy. Then, I decided, you know what? Let me try to investigate where can I take the drug addicts if really they want help, because it doesn't help to go to them, speak to them, and the next thing they tell me that they need to get rehabilitated. I don't have anywhere to take them. So I remember I spoke to one of the social workers who gave me Noxi's number. Noxi is a social worker from COSAP. COSAP is an organization that is formed by Pretoria, University of Pretoria, in association with the city of Tshwane. So what they do, they have sessions with the drug addicts. So I called her. I think she was on leave. She told me when she's coming back. I went there. We sat down. We spoke. She said, "Okay, it's fine. You can start bringing people." I brought about 12. 12 addict at the time. Everyone was excited. Even the addicts were excited. They thought, this is just a program that is going nowhere. But knowing them, I was left with only 4 from the 12. 8 disappeared because they were not ready. Remember, this program, it's a voluntary program. We are not forcing anyone. And it's an initiative that I'm still trying to develop. I'm still trying to find principles. I'm still trying to find rules and regulations, how to manage it. So, okay, out of those 4, there are 2 names that stood out for me, which is Mzwamandla and Ronnie. These 2 guys, they were not part of the plan. They were not even part of the 4 that were left. They added into 4 and they were 6. Can you believe that? This one, when they came, I wanted to chase them away because I did not plan for them. I only had planned for these 4. Amazingly, this 4 left me. I was left with Mzwamandla and Ronnie. Okay, around January, I think 2021, we went through the process with them. Mzwamandla and Ronnie went to COSAP. They finished their sessions. Then I remember Tendai is the one that was also doing a session with them. Shout out to Tendai, man. He's doing a great job from Hope Line, an initiative by the City of Tshwane as well. So we took them in. They went to Witpoort Rehabilitation Center. It wasn't easy. Mzwamandla left home around 2010. He did not even have contact of any of the family members. I was the family member to Mzwamandla. I had to take responsibility because this boy wanted help so bad that I had to act as a family member just for him to go through that process. That thing left me sleepless. Every night I would discuss with my wife, babes, if this guy, we don't find where he stays, we have to take him in because he can't go back to Marikana. Marikana is a bad place. You can see how people are living there. You can see the living conditions. It's not a good place for someone to stay at, So I got a call while I was at home. Mzwamandla was having terrible withdrawal symptoms, terrible, to a point that he went to hospital. I was so scared because remember now, I'm a police officer who's coming with a program that, I'm doing the program according to the way I think these guys will get assistance. But I'm not following all the proper channels. There are channels in the SAPS. But I had to do something using my own mentality, using my own discretion. This guy started getting sick. I'm getting calls from the rehabilitation center. Hey, Mzwamandla is sick. Mzwamandla is sick. The next thing I get a call, Mzwamandla went to hospital. Now it's bad. God forbid if this guy passes on, it's my responsibility. I have to bury him. I have to take all the responsibility. I have to make sure that guy get a proper funeral. What's going to happen with my job? Just imagine now, this boy is no more. The family is coming now. Who took our child to rehabilitation? Who signed for him? It's me. I'm in trouble, So by the grace of God, Mzwamandla came back from hospital. He went back, he finished his 6 weeks course. I was so excited. Now problem number 2, where are we taking him? We don't have the contact of any family member. Ronnie is easy because Ronnie has been in contact with the family. Ronnie is from Mamelodi. He's not staying far. The mother is supportive. I managed to see the mother. We had a meeting with the mother. The mother is the one that signed for Ronnie to go to the rehab. Even if the mother wasn't convinced because he has been taking Ronnie to rehab so many times. The guy would go and come back and relapse and continue with the all right. He continued smoking after the rehab. So what we said to Ronnie's mother, just give him a chance. Let's see what will happen. I spoke to Ronnie's mother, encouraged Ronnie's mother, please give him a chance. She was reluctant, considering the process that she took before. But she came, she saw Tendai, they made arrangement, she signed Ronnie's document. Ronnie was very excited, so also Ronnie finished the program. They were out. Then Ronnie went to a halfway house after the rehabilitation. That's when I knew this boy is serious. He went to a halfway house in Mamelodi where they develop your skills. They sharpen your skills so that they can prepare you for the outside world. Because remember, one thing that makes a drug user to relapse, you take him to the very same environment after the rehab. It's not going to help. Same friends, same routine. You end up getting bored. Go back to the same routine, you end up smoking again. So Ronnie wanted to do something different with his life. So he went back to Mamelodi. He was taken into a halfway house. I went and I visited him again. I think it was after a few days, man. I think 14 or more, plus minus. I'm not sure exactly how many days, but yeah, I went and visited him. He was positive. I was happy. He gave me power to continue. Remember, this is my first project. He gave me power to do more. He came back again. He gave me a call. He calls me Chopper. Chopper. I've registered. Now I'm doing civil engineering. I was happy. I would check on him month by month, until this day. The 31st of March, we'll be celebrating a full year with Ronnie being clean, being sober. He's doing well. He's focusing on his studies now. He's doing civil engineering. I'm so proud. Even my new station commander, Brigadier Matlala, he was so excited. I took him to Brigadier Matlala this other day. I said, Brigadier, this is our success from Littleton, So shout out to the support that I'm getting from Littleton. Shout out to the support that I'm getting from the Community Policing Forum. Specifically, Yuhu. Mr. Yuhu is so awesome, man. They are always supportive, giving me toiletries to take. These guys, they can't remember, they don't even have toiletries because we all know about that, but the community is fully supporting this initiative. So two people have been taken away from Marikana, taken back to their community. Now they are living a normal life like you and I. As I told you about Muzwamandla, we had to drive with the COSAP social worker and hotline, Hope Line social worker, which is Tendai and Noxie. We went to Krugersdorp. That guy left there 2010. Now it's 2021. Things have changed. What he had, the map that he had in his mind, everything has changed. Hey, Baba, we traveled. We checked for the place. We checked, we searched, we asked. The guy knows I was staying around here. There was a spaza there. Those spazas are not there anymore. Things have changed. By the grace of God, we asked at the right address, only to find out this guy is staying next door where we were asking. When we were knocking, he identified the aunt. Said, hey, this is my aunt. Then we went in. It was a shock for that family. It was a shock. They were looking for Mzwamandla for 10 years. I remember he left 2010. They were looking for him. They opened up missing person case. They didn't know where to find him. The aunt didn't know what to do when he saw Mzwamandla. Remember, this guy was an addict. He was abusing them emotionally as a family. They see him now. They don't know if they should accept him back or they should tell him to go, because they are thinking now of the trauma that they had to live with the moment he started. Now he's back. Are they going to face the same trauma? Those were the questions that were asked. So the father came. Luckily, we found the father still alive. That was a blessing for us. The father came. The father couldn't believe it when he saw his son. He said to the auntie, we were looking for this man. We went everywhere. They said he's somewhere. We would drive and check for him, but we couldn't find him. Luckily, Mzwamandla was reunited with the family after such a long time, So this initiative really gave me strength. It made me realize that it's solving a lot of problems amongst the community, even inside our organization as SAPS. Another station is having a missing person docket while we are staying with someone who's homeless in Marikana. So somehow these things are interlinked. If we as the organization, we can go to these guys, profile them, try to find out where are they coming from, we can solve many missing person cases, because we think these people are nowhere to be found, whereas they are roving around the city of Tshwane. There are hundreds and hundreds of them there. Their families are looking for them. Families don't even know where they are. So it will help us really to make sure that each and every station we establish this kind of a project. We go in, we check these homeless people, we profile them, we try to find out where are they coming from, try to relocate them to their families. If there are any organizations around your station, please get involved with them, rehabilitate these people, let them be integrated back into the community. I think that's one of our responsibilities as police officers, other than just going and arresting. We all know that arresting is a last resort. Let's try to help, because we are South African Police Service. We are there to service the community. Let's try to assist as much as we can. Today I'm sitting here, I'm very proud. As I said during the interview, that there are things that I did and I used my own discretion, But now it's beneficial to the organization. The community can see that there's something that we are doing beyond than just arresting people. We also want to try and assist as much as we can. So today we also went to Marikana to engage with the community. Remember, this program is an ongoing program. So we had to go as a social crime coordinator. It was a drug abuse substance day. Then I went there, I distributed pamphlets. I engaged with the community again, where other addicts again came asking for help, because they know that Ronnie was assisted. They know that Mzwamandla was assisted. And they are coming from the very same informal settlement. So today, by the grace of God, 4 people came again. We had a session with them. We spoke. I told them the processes. Now I'm finding out where are the family members. I'm finding out if they have IDs, because it's very important to have your proof of residence, your ID, and a family member that we can contact so that they know that you are going through this process. They can sign your papers. Then we can let you go to to rehab. We can take you to COSAP for your sessions, and then from there, COSAP will advise further what happens from there. So I'm happy. This is a voluntary program. So we need people to come and assist. We need more hands. I'm very happy to be working with GNS Media Africa. It's not an easy thing to do without having a budget. Making sure that we do this thing for education purposes. When all the time when I sit with these drug addicts, I realize that they're starting at an early age. Especially today's session made me realize that at the tender age of 14, 16, that's when these young ones are trying new things. Unfortunately, due to peer pressure, they end up trying drugs. And drugs, when you try it the first time, it's the most nicest thing to do. But that nice thing that you did today, you'll never get it until you die. That's a testimony that I got from one of the people from the session today. That's what that guy said to me. I was high. It was nice. But I've been looking for that since that day when I was 16. Even today, I've never become that high. I had to buy more packets. It doesn't even last for 5 minutes. Few seconds. You get that high, then it's gone. Then you need to get another pack. That's the reason these people are doing street robberies. That's the reason these people are stealing cell phones, are stealing your laptops. They'll steal your pots. Anything that they can sell just to go and get high, they will do it because they've been driven by that demon, that took over their lives when they started using this thing without information. So with programs like this, what we are trying to do is to go and educate. Let's reach the kids before the drug dealers do, because when the drug dealers reach them, it's too late for us. We'll be doing rehabilitation over and over again. Let's rehabilitate those that are using, but let's go and educate those people at the schools. It's very at the young age, they need to know these are not the things to try. These are not the things to explore with. They will destroy your life with immediate effect. It's sad. Many of these guys, they are having criminal records. After you take them to a rehab, they can't work anyway because they have criminal records. This thing is destroying lives on a daily basis. I think drugs, it's a pandemic because it doesn't choose. It doesn't have color. It doesn't have race. It doesn't care if you are poor or you are rich. It hits home everywhere. If I can ask just a question, an individual now that is watching this program knows someone that is struggling with drugs. It's either inside your family or your next door neighbor or your close relatives, but someone that you know is struggling with drugs. So it takes us as a community to join hands and work together with the police to make sure that we have a better and clean community, a safer South Africa, safer cities, safer taxi ranks, where we know we can walk freely. Let's clean up our places, let's clean up our wood, let's clean up our townships. The only way to do this is to work hand in hand and support. It's painful to hear a parent saying, I was just waiting for a day where they call me to come and pick up him being dead so that I can just bury him and I'll rest because this boy or this girl, I'm really tired. He's stealing from me. If a parent can say that, you can understand the frustration that they're going through. No parent can say that to the child that they were caring for 9 months. You must just know this thing has really hit home. So we need to support each other. We need to pray for our kids, because we are not fighting against the flesh, but we are fighting against the spirit and the principalities of this world. We know
So we mustn't fight drugs thinking that we are dealing with the flesh. Can you repel? So yeah, man, I'm really happy. Let's take this program and show it to the world and change our country, change our cities, and change our wood. Thank you.